Patron, take them away.
Welcome to Morning Watch with me, the Scruff, where we look at the economic news of the day to see if there's going to be any major spikes or turns in the market. And I also show you the strongest and weakest to maybe help you with a watch list. Very short, punchy videos. They're done on a reward basis. We're looking for around 85 likes for the next one to be public. And if this is of an interest to you, do hit the subscribe button and remember to smash the like to allow it to go public again. What we're going to do, we're going to look at the economic calendar first, then we're going to look at the strengths, and then I'll pull out a chart just to see if there's anything in it. So let's have a quick look. Flick this over. It's currently 7 in the morning on the 14th of September. Now, from a news point of view, there was a little bit through the night. I did call that in the Discord last night after our Zoom meeting. I stayed up, did a quick analysis of the Aussie 200, and it came through. But it wasn't going to be a big major move, but it was enough to be interesting. As we're coming into this morning, there isn't any. Nothing to worry about at all, up until around 1 o'clock this afternoon. Once we get into mid-afternoon, and these are UK times, guys, the markets are going to start lighting up. Certainly with something like euro dollar. Now, this is kind of being shown in the strengths today, and I'll explain that in a minute. Because there's an interest rate decision at 1:15, that will light up the markets. So if you're euro dollar or in the DAX, be careful around 1:15 this afternoon. Now, 15 minutes after that, we're hitting US data. So euro dollar is definitely one to keep an eye on this afternoon. And when I say keep an eye on it, I mean from a defensive point of view. My theory on news is very simple. If you know what's coming, stay out of its way. Let it do its thing and trade the aftermath. It's far safer, guys, far safer. Now, running on from that, there's sporadic news in and around the 130, but there's, as you can see, there's quite a lot of it. And there's a fair bit of high impact news, because then 15 minutes after that, at 1:45, there is another high impact news. Now, this one, again, is euro. So it starts with euro, runs into the US, and then ends with the euro. So there'll be a lot of volatility in that hour, and it's enough to clap your stops. So again, just be really careful. Once that's happened, everything calms down. So from 2 o'clock onwards, you'll be able to see what's gone on, and there'll be some decent opportunities this afternoon that you can work to. It's good. Today's one of those nice days where the spike is all together. So you'll see it in one slam, and then off we go. But the markets also prime themselves ready for news events, and that's what seems to be the situation here. None of the majors are pulling out. They're all just kind of sitting in the wings and waiting, and you'll see all of the strengths are bunched up. In other words, the market's relatively flat. It's almost like a coiled spring waiting to pop. Now, when I look at this, there's two things that jump out. We've got the Kiwi that's gone to the top, the Swissy that's being pushed down to the bottom, making it the strongest and weakest contender. But I've added this on just because it is something that I look at, and sometimes when I talk it gets lost in translation, so I just dropped it on so you can see it visually. The biggest gain over the last data sample is the New Zealand, and the biggest drop is the Swissy. So because sometimes inside of here, the biggest move might just be that up into the middle, but this time the biggest move has pushed them to the extremes. So this is something that is of interest to me today. There's none of the majors, so what I'll do is I just go back to this here where I look at my primary markets, which is cable, the DAX, USJPY this afternoon, and then the market pick is what this is pulled out, and obviously it's New Zealand Swissy today. So if I look at my list to see what it's like, come down, find it. Well, it's only a 55 ATR. Look at a 4-hour chart. So let's have a look at a 4-hour chart, shall we? So if I pull that across, and as I was saying last night, I did this. I marked it all out for them, and as you can see, it has actually gone to the pip where I marked it. I actually told, if you bear with me a second, pull this down. This is the Discord. You'll find links for this in the comments. Come down here, move up. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, my mouse this morning. That's the Zoom call that we all had. Discussed different ways to look at the markets, etc., etc., etc. And then if I go to ideas of the week, there we are. At 11 o'clock last night, said what that market was going to be doing, and that is there running through the night, and it paid me. Now yesterday I did a quick analysis on CAD JPY, had to wait a bit, but I still got the money out of it, so I was quite happy. So let's have a look, see what this is all about today. Now when you look at the hourly, it's not telling you a great deal, but my sheet said look at the 4-hour. Okay, well, let's look at the 4-hour. Okay, seeing a lot of green coming in. This will explain the strong, the big push, but how much strength is left in it? Well, step it +1 to find out, and then sure enough, here we go. There's your drive down. It's found its levels, boom, 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 and it's now returning. It's in kind of a no man's land. It's at a key point here, but there's no reason for that to stop moving because there's a free air gap up onto this. And if I was to look at the last leg, which is here, it's broke the 23. Its next logical point is the 38, so that's there. Take that away. There's your barrier on the next daily up there. Drop it down to 4 hours just so we can see where we're at. And then suddenly you've got this nice trading arena. See exactly what's going on. Is it worth taking any kind of trade on that? Well, it's 43 pips. Okay, so if that strength is holding, it's in there. If you're looking to retrace this, and you think, okay, I think this is coming back on itself, it would then be down into the base of here for a start, or you could use these little order blocks to push it back up. Okay, at the moment the strength is to the upper side, but I'll do a full breakdown of this for the squad if this is the one they want me to mark up. Hope that helps, and as always guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.